What levels my aura? I don't know, dude. Enough more. No more questions. I don't want to get clips or anything. Why do you believe it's not hard to get into the UFC? I don't think it's not hard to get into the UFC. I just don't think it's as hard as people say it is. I think if you genuinely plot out a career and make a mission to get into the UFC at a young enough age, you will get there. My honest opinion, I think that's true. You will get there someday. There's just no one doing MMA. And most people that are in there are there to get paid rather than actually to get to the UFC. They're just there to get a quick chunk of change, make some money before they get onto whatever else they're getting onto, you know? Yeah, like, listen, if Chase Hooper can make the UFC, chat, with as little experience as he had when he did, there's no excuse for you not to make the UFC if you're a person who actually wants to at a young enough age. Because Hooper could have delayed it 3 years and been even better and then got to the UFC. Like, you can't tell me you're that much worse than Chase Hooper will ever be, you know? We need Guru in the UFC. Okay. I don't like getting clipped. I don't know, because I don't like thinking about the idea of being clipped before I even talk on the stream. Then I start saying things on the accordance that there'll be a clip of it. I like just not even realizing the clip channels exist and then, oh, it's been clipped. What do you know? You need to start your pro career in the USA regional scene. It's much more easier. Okay. He had no striking to chase and was basically incapable of hurting anyone on the feet. Yeah, very true. Crazy that they don't sign someone because they're too young, but signed Hooper, who was a young'un. Yeah, it's some weird thing that they were doing around then that was just making up reasons not to sign people. Like, they knew they were that age when they came in, or they knew they had this much experience when they went on the Contender Series. And then Dana just says, yeah, not experienced enough. Like, he's only going to be one fight more than the fucking record you brought him in at. You know what I mean? So I don't know why that was ever an excuse. Whenever Dana used to say that, I used to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You brought them in about they're too young. You knew that. You just wanted to milk a fight out of them. Love the content, mate. Are you ever going to back up a female fighter to the point you interview one on your channel? If a female fighter, this is the problem, chat. I've created such a niche of absolute filth of the world that if a female fighter ever actually enjoys the channel and actually wants to do an interview, I think I'll fall in love. So it can't happen. Honestly, it really can't happen, dude. I don't know if I'll be able to interview Norma. I might have to interview maybe Norma Jamont and learn a bit of Portuguese or something. Because if anyone speaks English and they no self-respecting female is gonna is gonna happily take part in this channel, chat. I hope you know that. Maybe Aylin Perez. I don't know. Like, maybe they would hide it. I bet. Maybe. Impression of Rogan glazing Izzy anytime he faints or breathes during a fight. I'll back up a female fighter though. Eventually, yeah, we might have to create some kind of cult following there. Impression of Rogan glazing Izzy anytime he faints or breathes during. Right. I mean, these guys are on top of the world and they did it all by themselves, pretty much. Ariel was the biggest two-faced licker on the planet Earth. Keep up the excellent work on exposing his alternative opinions, Guru. You're the man. I'm not just exposing alternative opinions. I'm just, when he does something so bad, obviously in front of everyone, I will roast him a little bit for it. You know what I'm saying? I want Dustin to flatline Islam in front of Khabib. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Thank you for the $2. You know what I watched the other day as well? I saw a clip of this the other day. You know when Khabib's boys jumped the cage and attacked McGregor? That was the most pussy-looking jumping I've ever seen in my life, you know. Did you guys see that going around on Instagram a couple of days ago, or Twitter or something? They posted McGregor fighting Khabib's team in the cage after he won the fucking exchange against like 4 of them. One of them punched him in the back of the head and couldn't KO him. You know how insane that is? One of them literally smacked him right in the back of the head, and he literally covered and turned and cleared distance and then caught this other guy coming in with a right hand. Kind of insane. Thank you for the $5. Dustin wearing floral shorts versus Islam having Khabib in his corner, which is more powerful? Dustin wearing floral shorts versus Islam having Khabib in his corner, which is more powerful? Damn, dude, the floral shorts are powerful, but I could just see him getting choked out in them. Islam having Khabib in his corner. There's nothing beneficial about Islam having Khabib in his corner. Khabib just screams in unintelligently and gets emotional in the corner. That's the only real corner work we've seen of him. Other than him telling him to put his leg over the head of Dan Hooker when he secured the Kimura. That was a good coaching moment. Most of the time, Khabib in the corner is more of a moral representation thing for Makhachev. Like, okay, everything's as it should be. I thought this moment would come where Khabib would be in my corner, but in general, he just screams emotionally, and then people call him Coach of the Year because the fighter that he's coaching is inbred and better than the person they're fighting. Just gave a chick my phone number. We'll see what happens. Good for you, brother. Thank you for the $2, dude. Appreciate that. Okay. To be honest with you, chat, I just make videos because I'm like bored, and there is no plan of like, I can't wait to create the downfall of Izzy. I'm just like, if someone sends me interesting shit, I'm going to make a video about it. And when I get sent that he's following a dog page, I can't help but do it. You know what I'm saying? That should be the choice. Remember when Bisping and everyone else on Tough was hating on Hamill just because he was deaf? They could come to terms that a spaz was... They couldn't come to terms with it. I know, dude. Dude, I'm going to say it one more time. Bisping is a fucking cunt at heart. I love him for it. He's based as fuck. I hate what he's become, dude. He was such a cunt when he first came up, you know? Like a proper cunt of a human. And I know he's changed, but I think he needed to find a healthy balance between what he's now and what he was. Just a little healthy balance in between would have been good. Hang on. Let me just skip through a couple. I can't do the stream. Join my uncles and go over there. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. Henry went from retiring a double champ with people saying he was a top 15 to 20 GOAT to now calling out Font and being on a 2-fight losing streak. What a fall off. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. Embarrassing, isn't it? Very, very embarrassing. What a shame. He literally retired a double champ. Double, literally. As well as a double champ. But he could have sailed off into the sunset, but no. He fucked everything up. Absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. I bet you right now, chat, yes or no, if Merab became champion, yeah, and Henry never came back and he was retired, you know, in hindsight, Cejudo was probably the guy to beat Merab. I bet you that would have been the narrative. Same thing with Aljo as well. I bet you anything. If he never fought either of them, the perception would be that he would be the guy to beat them with his wrestling background and his striking ability. Wow, dude, he really did retire too soon. You know what I mean? That would have been the narrative, but now we know that he wouldn't beat him. Silly him. Oh, God, I'm going to be stuck here. I can't.